Welcome back everybody, and we've just entered the January transfer window, and boy, we've on top of the Johnny transfer, we've made another massive purchase. Here he is. Timo Werner has made his way to Manchester United. I think we may have spoke upon it last episode, but he is finally here. A little bit of wheeling and dealing, and he does come up. He does come to us from Leipzig for £52 million, and already you can see 2 goals in 2 games with 1 player of the match award already. I think it's something that United couldn't do in real life. We've managed to do it here with a pretty too much ease. I think they're quite happy to let him go as quick as they did. But look at these stats: 16 finishing, acceleration, pace, physicals look fantastic. Apart from leadership and a positioning, which you probably expect him to be pretty good at, being a forward. But we do say goodbye to Juan Mata. He's gone. He has gone to Stuttgart for 16.75, rising up to £21.5 million. And to be perfectly honest, he wasn't really contributing that much. He hasn't really played much for us at all. He's played a few games, but that is about it. 31. We've got a lot of younger players in here that are a lot better. Thank you very much for your services. Our transfers are not over yet. There's still a way bit in the transfer window to go, but we do spend £414 million this season so far. We bring in 114. Yeah, the money's it's gone, hasn't it? It's a lot of money we've actually spent, but we've brought in quite a few good quality players. As you can see, the position in the table is pretty much justified as to why we need these players. And we're really just keeping ahead of Juventus, who, since the last game against Real Madrid at 1-1, we lost to Juventus. So they closed the gap to about 5 points or something like that. We lost 3-1. Wan-Bissaka scoring in the 86th minute just to pull one back, but the damage has already been done through Cristiano, Dybala and Sandro as well. But yeah, a very disappointing collapse in that game, and that did see our run of so many games come to an end. But we've started off again, which is quite nice. Porto, we get revenge for them beating us earlier on in the season with a hat-trick through Leon Bailey, and Rashford getting netting another one. 4-0 winners. Chelsea, we beat 2-0, Rashford and Bruno. Lovely. After 20 minutes, the game was already won. Copenhagen in the Cup, 12th round, 4-0. Very, very easy. Martial scoring, Dan James and Mason Greenwood as well. Dan James scoring a brace. And then we introduced Timo Werner, and he goes and scored 2 goals against Arsenal. 36-43rd minute. We were hoping him to get a hat-trick, but he didn't. But yeah, it was a very solid 2-0 victory, which brings us back down to London, Tottenham and Arsenal once again. It just amazes me how we're playing Arsenal straight away. But we're going to stay in London over the week and train down there and do our business. And hopefully come away with 6 points. As you can see, the FA Cup round of 64 has been drawn. We're playing Spartak Moscow. And then we're going to have a very busy February where we're playing Dortmund. We've got Napoli, and also we're going to be playing Borussia Mönchengladbach as well in the Champions League. So let's just have a look at the team that's going to settle this game then. Timo Werner comes to us at the top. We're going to start from top to bottom. Werner on attack. We've got Rashford on the left. Bruno and Greenwood starts this time. We're going to give Dan James a little bit of a break, but he's more than likely going to come straight back in. Partey and Pogba in the centre. Then we've got Williams, Alessio, Lindelof and Johnny at right back, and De Gea in goal. We have got Luke Shaw is back as well, which is brilliant news as well for us. But now we've got Johnny and Williams. It's kind of keeping Shaw out the running. So we'll see how he goes. If he gets injured again, I did say we're going to let him go. So it may be that he may go as well this window. We shall see. We'll see how well these perform. But Johnny is very handy to have either side. As we just have a look at him again. Yeah, either side he can play. Excellent stuff. More or less on the right hand side is his probably favourite. But yeah, excellent stats as well. 25 years old. Probably slightly more than Luke Shaw. Let's just have a quick look. There he is. Luke Shaw in the red. Going aerially and technically he's slightly better and physically, but apart from that, speed and mentors, it's all Johnny. But it's pretty much even Stevens, I'm afraid. So we'll see how that gets on for the rest of the window, but I'm probably looking to move probably Luke Shaw along, possibly. We shall see. Right, into this game then. We are finding the second half of the season slightly harder, believe it or not. It is proving to be a little bit more of a challenge. Whether or not the players are thinking this is easy peasy, it's not going to be, as Harry Kane has a shot saved within inside 25 seconds of the game. It's that's pretty worrying that they've managed to have a shot in straight away as we header it away. Sissoko should be able to pick that up, but we should be able to get the ball off them as we're pressing them back. Sancho plays it all the way back, and Williams is just standing there watching there as Kane's on goal again, and again he's been put wide. De Gea playing absolutely brilliant in the first minute and a half. You just can't seem to get past him at the moment as the cross comes in and it's headed over this time, and it's all Tottenham in the first couple of minutes. Right, free kick, Greenwood's going to take it. No Bruno, but it's off the bar, and then Dyer knocks it away. That's our first chance really. We've actually seen us on the ball. Bruno with a corner this time. Rashford has it now, plays it back to Bruno. Bruno should be whipping it in, and nobody's there. Free kick, he's offside. Wonderful. It's not very well played by Bruno, I have to say. He seemed to have slacked off a little bit, I think. As I'm just going to tell him just to create a little bit more chances. And that is about it. A draw wouldn't be too bad, but it would mean if Juventus win, they'll be a little bit closer to us. We don't want that to happen, do we? As we're carrying on the second half, we have the ball this time to Johnny, who's J. Otto apparently, into Pogba, and Pogba just holds it up. Lindelof now, he's playing really well at the back. It's hard to... He's keeping Maguire out, that's for sure. And Alessio, the only time Maguire actually gets a game is when we've got no Alessio or Lindelof in the team. As Johnny on the right hand side plays into Greenwood with a cross. Williams picks it up into Rashford. Pogba, we're looking for the chances here, and he just has a flash shot at it, and it just goes wide. Free kick opportunity. Greenwood with a cross. The chance was almost there, but Greenwood's got another opportunity to put it in. Back post, Lindelof. Put it in, son. Plays it to Williams, and it's gone in this time. Rashford with his 14th of the season, and that does take us 1-0 up, and that is absolutely brilliant. Persistence by Greenwood to keep that ball in that box. Lindelof did really well to hold it up and play it back. Whether it was intentional or not, I've got no idea, but that was beautiful play by Lindelof. 20 minutes to go. We just need to make a couple of changes. A few tired legs out there. Pogba's looking rather nervous. You don't expect that, do you? I am looking at, you know what, I'm not so sure. I'm looking at McTominay. McTominay can swap around with Partey, and I'm looking at Garner as well. Garner has played really well at the back, but we'll play for another few minutes and then make a couple of changes again. Just waste a little bit of time as Pogba goes off for a little bit of a break. Williams down to Bruno. As Tomine has a shot. Wow, that's just whistles wide. That is very, very close. I'm loving this series. I'm not sure about you guys, but this is what United should be playing at. We are going to make another change. Partey can come off. We're going to bring Garner in. Fred's probably not getting the game time he probably wants either, as Bruno's going to come in out. You know what? I'm going to bring Chong in there. Not Shaw, Chong. There we go. He can't really play there, can he? Greenwood. Let's go shadow striker for Greenwood, in behind Timo Werner, who's not really had much of an opportunity this game. He's really been marked out the game quite literally, and it shows by his rating of a 6.6, which is really disappointing. But there we have it. Tottenham 0, United 1, and we go racing ahead. And let's have a look at the rest of the results. I am going to cheer them on. Passionate save, very nice victory. It's always a good victory to beat our Premiership rivals, as Real Madrid thrash Juventus 5-2. So the lead is back up to 10 points with 13 games to go. We've got Arsenal coming up next, who are... Where are Arsenal? They're there. They're lying in 11th position, not doing too great. If we can beat them again, that'd be quite a nice double in the space of a couple of days. Dortmund lose 3-2 to Bayern. Chelsea lose to Liverpool. And Barcelona beat Sevilla as well. There's other scores there if you want to take a look. But we're going to move on. Vintage display, 62,000. and into the press conference, which we'll just ignore for now, and then we'll move along to the Arsenal game, which is going to be in about a week's time. Right then, here we are at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal, the opposition, and De Gea is going to start in goal after his superb clean sheet against Tottenham. He's going to stay in goal. Why not? Who else is going to take over his place? We've got nobody really. Dalot is going to go on the right hand side. Sure, on the left hand side, Williams has picked up too many yellow cards, so he's suspended. Johnny, we're just going to give him a little bit of a break. Maguire and Alassio are going to start in the centre. Partey and Pogba in the centre in midfield. And then we've got Dan James, Rashford, Bruno in midfield with Werner up front. Hopefully he's going to show us why he's worth that much money. He's already started off well. He had a quiet game against Tottenham. Hopefully he's not going to be so quiet against Arsenal. Arsenal are going to play in the same sort of formation, so it should be a live, open game. Juventus beat, I think it was Benfica 3-1 away from home. I think it was. We'll have a look afterwards. They were about 7 points behind us. Now it's back up to 8 with this game. Ozil puts it in, and wow, he's just been tripped over. Or pushed is what's more like it, as Arsenal look to have a penalty going their way. What on earth has happened here? This is why Maguire's not good enough. Very much overspent on him. I think 80 million, I think is a little bit too much. It's a penalty awarded. I'm not really sure what happened there. All we saw him was being falling over. That is about it. Pepe to take it, and De Gea saves it beautifully. Nice. Corner ball with Torreira. And knocks it in. Maguire heads it away this time with nobody around him, so he doesn't pull anybody over, so that's good. Well done, Harry. And that's the end of highlight. That was it. That was all we waited for. Wonderful. We have pegged them back though. They have got a goal kick, which to find Bellerin. Bellerin's just racing down this right hand side, and we don't get the ball off him though. Pepe once again just goes into the middle. De Gea just there. It's just like playing FIFA, isn't it? You don't need to worry about the goalkeepers. They'll just do a job for you. But we're not playing that well at the moment. I'm going to tell him to get creative as well, as Aubameyang comes forward now after we've had an attack, and it's a good sliding tackle by Maguire. At least he managed to get straight back up again, but a good tackle all the same into Werner, and that is why we paid 50 million for him. He only needs a chance, and he bangs it in the back of the net. We told you so. There we go. Lovely stuff. I like the goal. It's a beautiful play by Maguire down the line to Dalot, and there we have it. Look at that. It's a great ball in, and Werner doesn't need more than one chance to put the ball in the net. That's his 23rd goal of the season, mind. I wish it was 23rd goal of the season for us, but we'll settle for his 3rd goal. Bruno then plays into Partey, who plays into Pogba. Then they play it back, and Pogba, silly man, and Lacazette in goal. And thankfully for us, he's pulled it wide. Pogba with a very, very rare error there. Dalot, though, we do have the ball back up there half there, as we're starting to get into this game a lot more, though, as Bruno then puts the ball in the back of the net for his 5th goal of the season. We're 2-0 up. We've raced ahead, and all of a sudden, after a few chances that Arsenal have had, they've just where they haven't taken their chances, but we haven't had that many chances, I don't think. From the 2 that we've seen, we've scored 2, so that in off the post as well. That's a great goal by Bruno. That's his 5th goal, and I think he's got 10 assists as well to boot. We'll hand over to the assistant, as we'll say I'm very happy with your solid defensive work and your playmaking skills in the middle, and then your finishing, obviously. The other players are keeping rather quiet. We've put Werner on a pressing forward on attack this time round, as opposed to advance forward. It just doesn't seem to get the best out of our players for some reason. But Tierney comes forward for Arsenal straight after the half time, and De Gea with a very, very poor stop. He's just gone and knocked it into our own net there. That's very poor goalkeeping by the experienced goalkeeper there. Didn't expect that. Tierney with the shot. Too hot to handle. One hand. Why would you go down on your knees with one hand? That is absolutely poor goalkeeper, as I'm going to demand a little bit more, and now they're a bit more focused. Bring Garner in. I think Pogba's pushing for a move when I'm not determined to let him go yet. We got Bruno in there. We got Partey. If we get about 100 million, then he can go. Werner, another chance. Ooh, I thought he went further enough around the goalkeeper to slot it past him, but clearly not with the outstretched arm of Leno. As do we get another opportunity? Pogba into Bruno. Then the ball at Werner again. That's 2 chances inside a minute there, and straight at Leno's hands. Bring James over to the left hand side, and they're going to bring in Chong on the right hand side. Yeah, let's get some of these young players playing as well. I think Gomez is out on loan, or we're moving him onto loan. There's no offers just yet, but that is almost it. 2 minutes of added time left, and that's about it. We've had a successful week in London, a win against Tottenham, and now a win against Arsenal. Not emphatic, but a win all the same, and that should help us stay clear at the top of the table. Select all players, passionately say, and very happy with performances. Who's not very happy? Luke Shaw. Well, he looks like he's injured again, doesn't it? Wonderful. But Dortmund win 1-0. Sevilla win. We obviously beat Arsenal. We're back up to 10 points clear of Juventus. Real Madrid are closing the gap after their victory over Juventus. Emphatic victory, actually. Or was it Atletico? I think it was Real. Let's just have a double. It was Real Madrid. So now they've lost to Real, Arsenal, ourselves, and Barcelona. Who have we lost to? Porto and Juventus. Yeah, it could have been all over if we beat them. Right, into the inbox. Let's have a quick look, see what they say. 60,000. Yeah, we kind of beat them quite easily, haven't we? United fan celebrations destroy Arsenal morale. Luke Shaw's injured again. Right, okay. He is going on the transfer market now because he's getting injured far too often, and I just don't think it's worth having him around. 150 grand a week he's on. We need to move that off the wage bill. I think there's better players out there like Johnny, who's only on £70,000 a week, half the price. We're going to have a look now when we're going to be coming back. There's not that many games left, but we do want to see other games in there. Right, okay, we're going to play some more games, and we'll probably come back to the... well, we haven't played Benfica yet, have we? Second leg of the Borussia match in the Champions League. Let's see where we get, and it's either going to be away to Napoli or away to Benfica. We shall see. I'm looking towards more Benfica because we haven't played them yet in the league. We'll see what happens, but yeah, definitely down to the second leg, and that's where we'll come back to a few more games, and they're there. Right, okay, if you enjoyed that, please pop a like on there. If you'd like to see more on YouTube channel, please subscribe, and until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.